imagine? Oh my gosh.
Maybe they can text. Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I'm Madeline, Bookout, Lannistia lover.
And I'm Hannah Bookout, Reliquia hater. And we are two book-obsessed sisters and co-hosts of the Check This Book Out podcast, where we talk about fantasy and romance books.
Today we have a book review episode for the second half of The Will of the Many by James Islington, one or the other. Hannah's gonna put like the video card of the previous episode if you didn't watch it. We did a really, really long deep dive into the first half of the book. So
Detailed deep dive.
if you're interested in starting with that, highly recommend. We're picking up where we left off.
We already talked about writing style. We already talked about 50% of the book. We talked about world building. So this is kind of going to be a plot heavy / theory heavy episode.
Yeah.
So
maybe some character analysis along the way.
Yep. We're probably going to mix the two.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
without further ado, everybody, find your comfy reading chair in your transvect and grab your pet Allopy and let's check this book out. I
That was
two
cute.
in there that time.
I like that. I liked it. So where we left off last episode was Vis had confided in Iden about him seeing the first set of ruins. So now we are going to the Festival of Ancestors,
Yeah.
where shit kind of goes down. Like,
Yeah, well, I feel like this is and we talked about this in the last episode, but this is like the turning point in the book, I think, where you kind of get nonstop action.
yeah, for sure.
From 50% on.
So I think really going into the festival, this is where the bomb is dropped that Reliquia is actually Reliquia.
Yeah. Sadosha.
Sandosha is Reliquia. And
Which took me by surprise.
like actually that shook me.
Yeah.
That shook me.
I did a status update about that. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, I did not see that coming at all.
At all.
That was just,
Yeah.
maybe that was predictable. I was suspicious of her,
Oh, of course.
but I would not have caught, I would not have caught that.
Yep, nope. That took me by surprise totally.
Yeah, fun plot bomb.
Yeah, it was. Which there are so many of those, by the way, where I'm just like, did not see that coming
Yeah,
at all.
same.
But yeah, that was crazy. Then we get to meet Okiskore's family, and
Yeah,
they're
this
nice.
is also the first time that he sees Okiskore since leaving for the academy, right?
Yep, it is.
It's actually the first time since the Namakia.
Namakia. Yep.
So they have a lot to catch up on.
And they do. Yep. And this is where Vis is trapped in between class 6 and class 5. Right? Or is it class 5 and class 4?
No, it's
6 and
class
5?
6 and 5. Yeah.
Okay.
This is where he's in class 6 with Dultitis, and Dultitis hates his guts.
Yeah.
Because he's
won't let him
racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Low key. I think really the big thing to catch up on here is Reliquia commits murder. Reliquia is the worst and literally has like a gun to Vis's head.
Also, old Keyscore was kind of a dick.
He was.
He was being a big old dick.
He really was.
And he was not nice.
This is where I'm like, okay, old Keyscore doesn't get daddy energy anymore.
No,
like,
yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, and Lannistia is still giving big sister, though.
Yeah, she is. She is.
I really wish that we had gotten to see her again before the book ended.
I know, right?
But yeah, I would say that the biggest parts that stood out to me here were when they retell when Vis retells everything that's happened at the academy. Okiskore gets upset and he's like, that's not enough. He's both shocked that Vis was able to go to the ruin site, but pissed off that he is still in class 6.
Yeah, it just shows that Okiskore is actually a little bit unhinged. Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah. It's getting to that point.
Is this also where we find out that, I mean, I guess this is where we find out that Lanastia, we find out more about her eyes, right? We don't find out more, but that's the confirmation. That's how he knows. Like, he makes the connection.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The people in the ruins didn't have eyes, and she doesn't either.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he, like, finally asks her and confirms. Yeah. So I would say that, like, the Reliquia situation, and then also, like, Olkiskor being a meanie, are really, like, the only things that happen there, aside from Vis getting him to make him the will-imbued object so that he can sneak into the second set of ruins.
Yeah. And this part is just so badass. Like, on the edge of my seat reading that. Like, it's giving you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen Star Wars. I know you haven't. You probably don't. Maybe you remember this from the video game. But it's like the rain world.
Yes. With the beetles or, like, the rolling robots.
Yes. And I don't know why, but this part was giving that energy where it's, like, really dark outside and, like, he's, like, in the ocean and it's freezing. Like, that was what I was getting from this. It was kind of, why was it, like,
Star Wars Battlefront?
Yeah. It was, like, heart pounding, but also kind of, like, the vibes were so perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
I'm pretty sure that for this scene, when he goes to the second ruin site, I'm pretty sure after I finished reading that from start to finish, my Whoop gave me a notification that I was in the high stress zone for, like, an hour.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not even kidding. Like, I wish I was making that up.
That's insane, but also, yeah, I get it.
I had a high heart rate.
Yeah, valid. Well, let's be honest. This entire part was, like, kind of scary too.
Oh, it was super creepy.
Yeah,
super creepy.
Yeah, super. Ooh. Super creepy.
The only thing I wanted to say before we move on, like, to the actual ruin site was, I thought it was interesting that Olkiskor, and I know that we, like, just said that Olkiskor, our perception of him changes, but I really thought that Olkiskor was going to help him get into class 5.
Yeah.
But, like, it ends up being Reliquia.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll figure it out for you. And he doesn't ask questions. He doesn't ask why. And I think that's naive of him.
Yeah.
He should have known better.
He should have.
His plan for how he's going to get to the second ruin site, I was, like, baffled the whole time.
Same.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't put it together, first of all. I tried.
Really? I understood.
No, I understood it. But I was trying to, like, anticipate his moves.
Well, that's the thing.
And I couldn't do it.
That's the thing.
I really want to do, though.
It's another example of him keeping you in the blind spot of the planning. And so when it actually is coming to fruition, you're like, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, Vis, you're, like, it's so intelligent for, like, coming up with this as it's happening.
Yeah. Well, also in the premeditated part of it too, because I don't feel like he had that much time.
Yeah.
Or he didn't. It's not like he spent the whole first, we'll call it semester, whatever it is, like the part between when he gets there and the Festival of Ancestors, those 2 months. It's not like he's plotting that the entire time he's there. Like, he literally came up with that the day before he left or something.
Yeah.
So, bold move. And I just, like, I guess that's part of the reason why I wasn't able to predict much of it, though, too.
Yeah, it's not like the labyrinth where you get warmed up to it. It's
no, not at all.
You are totally thrown in the depths, if you will.
Ayo.
Anyway, let's get into it. So he is traversing through the woods. He meets Diago, which, okay, dog lover, I guess.
No, I did a status update for that, and I said, for sure, you totally have time to adopt a dog right now.
That part was so random, and obviously we know why it happened in the end, but reading it, I'm like, what's the point?
So this is funny. I was reading that part, and I told to Nolan, because he and I were on the couch together while I was reading it, and I said, I'm telling you right now, like, that dog is going to come back and be important, and it's going to save him in, like, a dangerous situation.
Oh, there you go.
That was, like, the most predictable thing in the story.
It was.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And later on in the book, when during the audicium, during the audicium, I tricked Nolan into confirming it. Because when I mentioned it the first time, he was like, I don't know, I'm not going to say anything. And then in the when they're in the audicium, like, I knew that's when it was going to happen, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I said something to him like, oh my gosh, I just got to the part where Diago saves him. And he was like, oh yeah, isn't that part good? And I was like, I knew it.
Yeah. Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
Spoiled it for yourself.
I wanted to trick him.
Well, good work.
Anyways, so he gets a pet wolf.
He does. And then he arrives to the pyramid.
It's the
Dome. Yeah. He uses Caeror's little password to get inside, which I wanted to read the letter that Caeror gave, because I feel like this is applicable at this time, and also just to, if you're listening to this episode, to give you a refresh before the Strength of the Few, then here you go.
While you're pulling that up, how in the heck was Ulquiskor supposed to know what Caeror was trying to tell him in those letters?
Well, he didn't, but he knew because his brother used the secret code that it was important.
I know, but like how with zero context, what was Ulquiskor supposed to do with that, like, information?
He would try to find somebody to go into the campus to figure it out.
I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think, like, what was going through Caeror's head when he wrote those letters, because it's so obscure. Like, it's meaning, it's like truly meaningless, especially if you don't know if it's, like, about a place or a thing or.
Well, yeah, but also remember, Ulquiskor only kept 2 letters. So there were letters and letters and letters of Caeror giving him information.
That's true.
That
That's
context
true.
is missing.
Okay,
so.
that's actually fair, because
I
was thinking about it. I was like, I thought maybe it was just the same message over and over, but you're right. He probably had a ton of other information in the other letters. That's a good point.
Yeah, the first letter said, translation right, obitium lost, lucium unknown. And then his second letter said, Cinctus exodus worked, gates still open, more strange pre-cataclysm power, only Viridius knows. So, Vis uses the little password to get into the dome, but she guessed. He just made that connection of like, oh wait, Caeror's letter.
Yeah,
Maybe use that.
After trying like for 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, finally gets in. We have another spooky little hallway. And a little
spooky sight again.
A little spooky elevator.
Yeah.
Down into the depths, and we meet Artemis, whatever.
Yeah.
And Artemis says this: I was known as Artemis Cell. I was a traitor to the commandment of isolation. I attempted to gain synchronism and remove the seal to obitium during the rebellion of the 7th era after the rending. I have thus been lawfully condemned to servitude, guiding those who come after. So,
okay,
interesting, because every single, what do we call these? Zombie traders, whatever. None of them mention Lucium. They only talk about obitium. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I will say, though, what is the second sentence?
I attempted to gain synchronism. And removed the seal to obitium during the rebellion of the 7th era after the rending.
What does it say about isolation again?
I was a traitor to the commandment of isolation.
Okay. It's probably not really a theory, but like me trying to piece together this message is that it's illegal. There's a commandment that you can't duplicate yourself. Yes. Obviously, synchronism, I mean, maybe not obviously, but to me, synchronism is the alternate, like, dimensions, or, like, the alternate worlds.
It's the copying of yourself.
Yeah. So, you can copy yourself into obitium and lucium, and isolation means, I think, that you, or it's illegal, or like there's a commandment that you have to only be in one. And so you see what I'm saying?
Interesting, yeah.
Right?
Isolation to one of the worlds.
Yes.
Interesting. I haven't thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I thought it meant just like you weren't allowed to go at all.
Because it says like I broke the, well,
Commandment of
you
isolation.
going through the labyrinth means that you're duplicating yourself. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we don't know. My personal theory is that you are not on all three worlds unless you make it through the labyrinth.
Well, yeah.
But-
I think that's right too.
But potentially it could be that you exist on all three planes and you just don't know.
That too. That is possible. Yeah.
I don't think so personally.
I don't think so either. I think it is you going through the labyrinth is the act of making yourself on the other obitium and lucium. There is one more thing though. So when he's talking to this first person at the labyrinth, Vis asks, like, you said this was a test for what? He says basic proficiency. That's vague as heck. And then Artemis explains, you will go through the gate to obitium and lucium, but not be allowed to remain here. Synchronism is reserved for leadership alone.
Leadership.
So is this leadership back pre-cataclysm, ages and ages ago? Or are these people trained to like, or programmed to keep up with modern day? I doubt it, but
So interesting.
it's so interesting. It's almost like we have enough information to make like theories, but I just have a feeling like we're going to read the second book and be like, oh, we had no idea what we were in for.
I also feel like I'm so wrong.
Yeah.
I wonder if leadership means like their senate, pre-cataclysm senate or something. And that the common people are not allowed to go through. But I wonder what the purpose of synchronism is. Like,
Yeah, what do you gain?
yeah, what is the purpose of going to the other worlds?
Yep.
That's so interesting.
Was it that theory? Oh wow, I just had an epiphany. Pre-cataclysm. So cataclysm wiped out the entire world, right? Everybody died except some children that tried to figure out the magic again. What if only leadership was allowed to go and copy themselves into these worlds because the world was freaking ending? So all these people, these traitors, that whatever, it's basically like Earth is going to explode, but we're going to send all the rich people to Mars. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the energy it's giving, low-key.
Yeah, I agree. Also, what if the reason why Lucium is lost is because too many people went there?
Yeah.
Like, too many people were copied.
Yeah.
But doesn't he go to both?
He does. And, well, remember in the first ruins, they say obitium is lost.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You know what, yeah, that's what I meant.
We had said in the last episode, obitium was the one probably... So you remember it was the 3 copies of the island and the hologram. One of them had like that big crater that was like destroyed. So we thought that one would be obitium.
Yeah.
And they're saying this going through the labyrinth will take you to obitium and lucium. It's like almost like lucium is like option B. Like,
Yeah.
like obitium is lost, it was destroyed or something, but you can still copy yourself there.
But what's the point of killing yourself on Res to go to one of the other worlds?
That's exactly that's what I was trying to theorize. Maybe in the past it was because literally the world was ending on
Yeah, I guess so.
in this Catenan world.
There's just so much that we don't know.
Yeah, like again, like we can theorize with what little information we have, but
I was really
Yeah.
proud of myself for not reading it and having the restraint to not read it until right before the second book came out.
yeah.
I was like, that's great of me. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to really be happy with that decision. Right now, I'm regretting the heck out of that because I wish I had read it back in February when I heard about it the first time,
And
so that I could reread it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm never doing this again. Mm-hmm. And actually, no. Now I'm wondering if I should do the same thing for Red God.
Reread all of Red Rising?
No, not the first 3.
Oh, I see what you mean. Read the first 2 books in the
Maybe not,
second
though.
era.
It's different. I think that that's a different scenario. But, like,
Yeah.
I'm almost mad at myself for waiting.
Yeah.
It's funny because there was this girl who commented on, like, our TikTok video saying that she's been waiting for so long for the second book to come out and that she has, like, the audiobooks like lined up and everything, and she was like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm saving your video and I'm gonna come watch it whenever I'm done with the first book. And I was like, that's really cute.
The first book of this series, or? Oh, wow. That's
She
so
was like, I'm not
nice.
watching this, I'm saving it so that I can come back and watch it whenever I finish the first book. So
Yeah. Aw, well, welcome. If
yeah.
you're listening
if you
to this
did end
now.
up listening,
Yeah. Hey, girl.
hey girl, hey.
Yeah. So, I guess getting back to the second set of ruins. R.I.P. to Artemis, because Vis unintentionally sends him to his death. But then we learn about the remnants, which are creepy as heck. And Vis is like, okay, I gotta go.
Obviously,
And he leaves.
obsidian holds like some significance.
Oh, yeah. For
It's
sure.
mentioned a lot, and I just
Yeah.
I don't know if we know why.
I don't think we know why either. Clearly, it is what it keeps those dead people.
Yeah, the
Dead.
obsidian blades.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember this, but at the very end of the book, when emissa stabs him, it's with an obsidian blade. So,
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
We'll learn.
We'll figure it
we'll
out.
figure out everything, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So this first time he goes to the ruin site, he doesn't do anything there. He doesn't run the labyrinth. He literally just tries to get as much information about the site as he can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm realizing?
What?
He does see Olkey score again. I don't know where though. Oh, he sees him again at Seuss.
Yes.
Yes, that's when Olkey scores like, you have to run the labyrinth. That's when
Yeah.
I
Because
get
Vis
it.
is like,
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
That's when
by
he's
the
a real
way.
big jerk.
Yeah.
That's when.
Well, even he's still at the Festival of Ancestors. He's like, I'm not going to help you. Figure it out.
Yeah. But that was when he was like, I don't care if you die. You're running the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Because that's why I even got you.
Yeah. Got you.
That's why I adopted you.
Yeah.
My son.
My boy.
My boy. From Harry Potter.
Once he gets back to the school, I feel like we kind of are slightly in a lull, but Vis is on a like hella mission to work up the ranks. Mm-hmm. So,
Well, very shortly after he gets back, that person in 5 dies.
yeah, yes,
And then we get put in like the duel situation.
yeah. That part,
Was confusing.
I wasn't confused.
Oh, I was, and I honestly might need you to explain it to me because I still don't understand how it was rigged.
So he's in Doltitus's class currently, and then there's Amatus, right? The student that is apparently the best in the
Master
class.
Dueler.
Yeah. And Titus is like, this isn't the best because he doesn't know how to fight like this kid that won his middle school championship. So then they duel, and Doltitus rigs it.
Middle school championship. I just got that.
This is wrestling match. Doltitus rigs it because he imbues Will into
His suit.
His suit, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, how cool is it that they're using like this virtual reality like suit set to like fight for them? You remember that? That was cool.
I would love to see that as like a movie scene.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I was reading that. I was like, oh, this would be cool.
Yeah.
Like a really cool movie scene.
Mm-hmm. Also just like crazy picturing it in general.
Yeah. Well, I had a little bit of a hard time imagining it. That was one of the scenes that I listened to on audiobook and got a little distracted because I was trying to work at the same time.
Yeah.
But I did. It's one of those scenes that makes you really angry. But Vis totally lost his shit.
Oh, yeah. This is like the key character development moment.
Oh, yeah.
Where we're like, oh, Vis has anger issues.
Yeah. Vis almost killed that guy.
Yeah. And everyone at the school is like,
Yeah, super uncomfortable.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he reveals a lot about himself.
Well, yeah. They're like, how the heck do you know how to fight like that? First of all, people are sus. This is when I feel like, oh gosh, what's her name? Oh my gosh. Not Equa. Equa's like, okay, you're hella sus. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and she's really suspicious of him after the Festival of the Ancestors, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And good for her.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, should I wait until we get into characters?
I feel like we can just mix it.
Yeah, I think
like...
so, too. I don't think we need to separate it out. I ended up really liking Equa's character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot more than I thought. Because she's just she's, like, stuck up in the beginning. But I kind of feel like her and Vis are going to end up being allies, comrades, if you will.
Yeah. I feel like there's still some hesitancy for Vis to, like, let her in.
Well, he won't let anybody in, so.
Except for Iden.
That's true.
Eden? Is it Eden or Iden? I can't remember already.
Iden, I think.
Iden, yeah. But, yeah. I grew to like Equa, too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, especially during the audicium, but... Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, though, she's still, like, you're scared of her. Because she's on to him, and...
And their dads, this is dad, Equa's dad and Olkiskor, like, have tension. And all of the threes at one point admit to the fact, and Equa admit to the fact that their parents, like, basically use them for information and, like, you know, use them as political pieces.
Pawns.
Pawns.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I just ended up liking her character. Like, obviously later on in the book, she really, like, proves her loyalty, which I wasn't expecting. And I feel like she would be a really good teammate. Like, I think that she and Vis would work well together.
Yeah. Equa is a great character, and I think that the second book, she probably will have a pretty big part to play. I think she'll be pretty involved. Especially now that emissa is like, girl, bye, you know?
Yeah. Bye, Felicia.
In a loyalty standpoint, I mean. I don't think she'll be part of the planning and stuff. But, yeah. Vis kicks butt, and this entire school is actually terrified of him, and nobody wants to.
And as they should be.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
And Viridius, was it here that Viridius talked to him about, like, you need to become... No, it was the teacher.
Yeah.
The teacher comes up to him and is like, you need to become a people person because
so
if you want to succeed in this society...
Yeah, because he wins the fight.
Yep.
Right? He gets promoted to class 4.
Yep.
5.
4.
He's in class 5 at that point?
Yeah.
How did he get... Oh, because somebody died.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets promoted to class 4. And then the class 4 teacher tells him, like, that's the only chance that you have of getting higher up in the ranks of this class is if you start making connections with your pyramid mates.
And that's when he sits at lunch with Equa and all of them.
He's not as ostracized anymore.
Yes. Well, he tries not to be. They're slowly but surely warming up to him, but it's rough in the beginning.
Yeah, another thing that's happening kind of at this part in the book is that he and Calidus are beefing. So, which is sad because Calidus is his guy.
Yeah. Why are they beefing again?
Because Calidus confided in him and told him about all of, like, the missing people and the deaths and how dangerous the academy is and, like, how he learned that from all the census data. And he was like, I don't think that you should try to progress through the ranks, and Vis ignored him.
Yeah.
I
doesn't have a choice.
I also think that at one point Calidus confronts him and is kind of like, I know you're hiding something from me, like, you know, you can tell me, and Vis doesn't, and pretends like nothing is wrong.
Yeah. There is like I know, stop. Stop.
I'm just thinking about how Calidus never knew.
I know, he never knew. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna start crying.
Yeah.
So sad.
If only Calidus had like run the labyrinth with him and like also synchronized.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah. If only he had confided in him and maybe they could have done it together, but.
Oh, that was so tragic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is that underlying tension in the. Madeline, get it together.
I'm trying.
You have tears in your eyes.
I know, I'm really sad. Yeah, you'll have to put the picture on screen of me crying at that actual scene because that was bonkers.
Yeah, I was sobbing too, dude. I was sobbing.
Yeah.
But back to the point of the story where we are right now. Yeah, there's that underlying tension between Calidus and Vis because Calidus knows he's lying about something. Mm-hmm. And then there's a tension about Belly and Calidus.
Yeah, because Vis knows something is up.
Yep. And then he's like, I have a master plan on how to get a class 3.
Is that the next part?
Pretty much. I can't think of anything else that's like super key in between. Yeah, this is pretty much the next part.
Hold on, I'm just making sure.
No. You know what?
The group goes to Sus.
Yeah, Sus.
Sus. Okay, yeah. So Vis goes to Sus.
Yes.
His homeland. Also was not anticipating that.
Yeah, I know.
That was another thing when Eero is the bad guy. Indol. Thank you. Indol from class 3. When he said that, I was like, no way.
No, yeah, this entire part of the book, you just kind of are on the edge of your seat because. Okay, no, like, first of all,
why is the last 50% so good?
No,
it
actually,
has no business being that good.
I know, it's like back to back to back. Like, there's something happening.
So much to unpack.
Yeah, like there's secrets coming out, and Vis is jumping classes, like jumping through hoops, and
there's love.
There is love
blooming.
Yes. But when he got to Sus, I have to commend James on his writing here because mixing like the reader to feel anticipation and anxiety about him being found out while he's at home in Sus, but also like I felt so sad for him. And I mean, Vis is like, oh, he's just heartbroken the entire time he's there and like having to lie and that homesickness kind of feeling, you know?
I was just especially when how much the like castle had changed.
Yes.
And he was like, it's my house, or like it's my home, but it's not. Like all they destroyed everything that made it my home.
Yep.
Yeah, that was just really, I also was very sad and feeling very empathetic for him.
Mm-hmm. It's this weird mix of anticipation and anxiety and like homesickness, and also like there's a lot of developments too. Mm-hmm. There's still like Olkiskor is there, Lanastia, Relukia sent him to spy, and then there's the stuff with Emissa, and then there's the bomb with Indol where he's like, hey, by the way, I know you lived here.
He's like, yeah, you're hiding that you lived here.
Yeah, you are hiding that you are the son of somebody important from Sus.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of surprised though that he didn't put it together that he was somebody in the royal family.
Yeah,
because how else would he have known the castle so well? Like that was one of the points that he brought up. He was like, you know where you're going.
Yeah,
like you had zero trouble with anything.
Yeah,
and like that made it really obvious.
And I feel like he would have been able to look into the fact that, oh, the royal family, there was a son. That son was never hung. So, yeah, I don't know.
The scene with Fadrique, where in the tunnels, where they like connect and Vis gets to talk about his family, and then Fadrique shows him kind of that stash of all of his like childhood possessions. I cried at that part.
Yeah. I was really sad.
Yeah, it was very like It was emotional.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of, I think, where Vis starts to put Seuss behind him, you know? Mm-hmm. It felt like a loss.
Yeah, it did.
It also changed the way I perceived kind of maybe what the end result of this book would be, because I think I mentioned this last time, but I kind of envisioned him like
Reclaiming
taking back
it.
his throne.
Yeah.
Or, reinstating his country, which maybe he still does. I don't know.
Yeah. But it kind of seems like he has a moment here where he's like, I cannot save my country right now the way it is and the people. But it's kind of the moment where he's like, okay, like I can't deal with it being like this though. Like I have to do something about it.
Yeah, he kind of gets the fight in him a little bit. That's the first introduction, or not. That's the first instance where I really noticed it.
Yeah,
where
same.
he kind of gets that like rebellious
The spark
thoughts.
at least.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you notice anything different, but like he really never is like, hell yeah, like I'm gonna take down the Catenan Empire and nobody's gonna cede will anymore. That's not a thing until the very end of the book.
Yeah, he's accepted his fate.
Yeah.
Sort of. He's trying to do everything in his power to avoid it himself, but has no interest in or motivation to better his like people's situation.
Yeah. Like he is resigned to it, honestly. Until like the very, very end of the book. But I feel like this was at least slight turning point in his motivations.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
One thing that I didn't see coming that is a big plot point for the Seuss like segment is that military's working with the anguis.
Yeah.
But it makes a ton of sense. Like it makes a lot of sense because as Vis and a couple of other people have mentioned throughout the book, the only way that military still has like purpose and relevance is if there's a civil war. So it makes really effed up sense that military is supporting the anguis.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting it. I probably should have been.
Yeah, well, I think at that point we didn't really know. We're learning two different things at the same time. The political scheme, but also the supernatural elements of will. So I think that this is the point where it's like, oh, okay, well, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's the political intrigue.
There's just so much to balance and notice and experience. Like I can't wrap my head around it all. That's why I wish I was able to reread it. It would have been. It's similar to how I feel about Brandon Sanderson's books, The Will of not the Will of not the Name of the Wind either. The Way of Kings. The Way of Kings. It's similar to the way I feel about that series. Every time one of those books came out, I had to reread it because the time gap between each book was pretty large, but also you noticed something new every single time you read it. Like, it just shows what a talented author Brandon Sanderson is, that it is so thought out and thorough, and he gives you so much that you can't even process it the first time that you read it. And that's how I feel about this book too.
So many seeds are planted. Yeah.
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 Which makes it so fun. It's like it's a perfect theory book.
It really is. It's really fun to dive into it.
Yeah. It is the perfect theory book. Like I feel like you don't get that. The most recent example I can think of is Onyx Storm, but I hate that book, so I don't want to theorize about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I feel you there. I feel you.
There are a lot of people who think that like Sarah J. Maas is like the queen of Easter eggs.
She used to be.
She used to be. I don't think so anymore.
I don't think so either.
Like people who are trying to come up with Easter eggs for ACOTAR 6, I'm like, how?
Yeah. What is there?
Book 5 had zero substance.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyways, I got way off track with that.
No, that's okay. I mean, this is a big Easter egg book for sure. What it all means, I don't know. But I feel like we've actually kind of caught on to a lot of them.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. I guess the one thing that we didn't talk about at Seuss yet is when he saves Emissa from the lagoon.
Yes. I loved that part.
Which I think was the nail in the coffin for his identity with Indel.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I also loved that part. And I thought it was very sweet.
Yeah.
That's when he's finally like, I have to give into these feelings. I can't let this girl die.
He's like, can I actually be happy for a little bit? Give me something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know. This was something I struggled, though, with Emissa. Vis, like, lets on that he feels like he knows her super well. Like, they spend all this time together in the barn or in the stables or whatever. But I don't feel like as a reader, I experienced that.
I totally agree with you.
And
I feel like I know aequa better.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
I don't know I just don't know much about Emissa at all. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of this book, you experience so much of Vis's, like, inner thoughts and his, like, feelings about people. Emissa maybe just felt very surface level to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think there obviously is the reason that Emissa is hiding a lot. So that's an element to it. But I agree. I think that was kind of a failure on her character development, that we didn't really get to know her.
I feel like everything that he does is intentional, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe we get, like, a second lover situation.
Oh.
Who knows?
Maybe.
But, yeah, that was one thing that I was like, he's so into her. Does he know her at all? You know?
Yeah.
I do also find it interesting that he was, like, one of the first... She was one of the first characters that we even met.
Yeah.
Because he meets her as soon as he wakes up in the academy.
Yep. Yeah, Belly, Indel, and Emissa, they seem like they're going to be, like, the biggest characters. And they're not, really. Emissa, sort of, but... Anywho, we get back from Seuss, and...
Chess King.
Yeah, Chess King.
Dude, that was so genius.
Yeah.
I loved that scene.
Me, too. Everything about it. Just...
No, like from... Ooh, it was so good.
It's so good. I cannot stop saying just how much I loved that James Islington would just throw you into these little plots that Vis is doing. Like,
oh, so high stakes.
Exactly.
Too.
It just made it so good. Like, not only is he chess king and he's going to win the spot from Belly, but he's also going to win the documents back. And that was like, oh, you're so good.
Also another situation where Vis has, like, a good reason to be overpowered.
Yes.
He's a king. I love him.
He is king.
Chess
King.
Chess king. Chess god.
Yeah, for real. But...
I also thought it was interesting that he uses it as a mechanism to blackmail Belly into getting Calidus's paper back.
Yeah, like, it's genius. And he's just so...
Such a little smarty pants. He played her.
Yeah, he really did. And
brutal
it's so,
what he did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was going to just say it's so sweet that, like, he did that for Calidus.
Yeah.
And Calidus is like, oh my gosh, bro, I love you. You're so nice. Yeah.
And then when he basically backstabs her at the end by saying, I'll lose if you go get those papers. And then he's like, F you, that's what you get. Brutal.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the meanest he was the meanest he was in that scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it was about that scene. I loved the smartness of it.
Yeah.
Like the cleverness. I love a clever character.
Exactly.
I love a clever character.
Oh my gosh, so many books where you're like, why aren't you asking the right questions? Like, why am I smarter than you? Like, do something.
It felt like Aelin at the end of Empire of Storms when, like, all of those different people, like, that she had connections with
all met up at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why it felt like that to me.
Yeah. I was just so badass.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I also think that it's interesting that he has, like, this mental battle with Belly, but he had that, like, physical battle with what's his name? I don't remember. The duelist. So he gets to show one-on-one his skill set, right?
Yeah. You know how there's, like, trial books This book almost kind of felt like Trials, but done in like the most sneaky, best way ever.
Yeah.
You just had like these little games that Vis would have to play in order to succeed and bump up a next level. That's kind of what it felt like, which I liked it. I like that he had to show his physical prowess and his mental prowess, you know?
Yeah, he has to prove himself a lot. Mm-hmm. I would like to see him fail.
I would love that, actually.
I would like to see how he reacts to failure.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure, but in the next book, I'm assuming that we get to experience him in all 3 worlds.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be insane.
And in 2 of those worlds, he has to operate without a limb.
Wait, 2 of the worlds?
Yeah.
He lost his limb in 2 worlds?
Yeah, he has in 2 of the worlds, in Res and in whatever one caeror is not in. Remember, he puts his hand against that wall and it like gets rid of his arm.
Oh, I do not remember that at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
So in 2 of the worlds, he has like an amputated arm, which
Dang.
I don't think I've ever read an amputee main character.
Oh. Okay, wait. This is really random, but I told you guys this in the last episode that I did start reading James Islington's first published book, The Shadow of What Was Lost. I don't know what inspired him to do this, but not only is Belly missing a finger, but so is somebody in the other book. I'm like, what is up with James Islington with like missing lips?
Oh, I just realized something about that.
I'm like wondering if he has a missing finger.
Oh.
Which, like, wow, way to represent yourself.
James has a missing toe.
I am very curious about it, though. I'm like, what are the odds?
Why do we think that Belly lost a finger?
I don't know.
Do you think that she lost it
from
attempting the labyrinth?
It's possible. But then, like, why did she die a second time running through it? Why did she have to run through it a second time?
I don't know, but wouldn't that be interesting?
It would be.
It's a thought that I just had. What if he... I don't know.
Or he really is just into representation of disabilities.
Which is so fair.
Yeah. It's totally possible.
That's just reminding me of the time where you were like, do you feel represented with your heterochromia?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's a really random thought, but it is interesting. And I wonder why it was relevant. Mm-hmm. So.
But yeah, I've never read about... I've read about so many main characters in my life, but I don't think I've ever read about one who, especially in like a fantasy setting, where it's important to have both of your limbs. Like you're fighting all the time, like swordsmanship,
Yeah.
physical combat.
Yep.
I'm really excited to read about a situation like that.
Yeah. Maybe he'll pull like an Anakin Skywalker and like get a metal arm.
Spoilers for Star Wars
Okay,
again.
bro.
How many?
It went out for 20 plus years.
I don't even need to watch the movie anymore because I know that Anakin becomes Darth Vader.
You are ridiculous, bro. What do you mean? I know you've seen the pictures. I know you've seen them.
I've never seen a picture of Anakin with a metal arm. I haven't.
Okay, well, we'll spoil it for you.
You need to put a spoiler screen on this video for Star Wars.
Anywho, where even were we? The Belly situation, I guess.
Yeah, we were talking about the Foundation game.
Yeah. He's in class 3.
Oh. Imagine if James and his publisher released Foundation.
The board game.
Dude, that'd be sick as hell.
Dude, Colby had told me about a situation where that actually did happen. I want to say it was like The Name of the Wind or something.
Yes, The Name of the Wind does have
a board game. That was in the book. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a Mistborn game too,
really?
But it's not a game in Mistborn that is released, but there's like a Mistborn board game.
That would be epic. I would totally play.
Did I send you that board game the other day? That's like
that Barnes and Noble.
Yeah,
it's It's cute.
We should get that.
It's giving tiny bookshop.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, after we play Foundations, he's in class 3, and Viridius is like, welcome. Now you need to pick 2 friends.
For the aeudicium.
Yep.
And he asks Calidus and Iden initially accepts and then says no for basically saying that you wouldn't be able to trust me, which after reading the scenes with the aeudicium, like, makes sense. My assumption is that whatever Viridius offered Iden would feel like he would have to betray this.
Yeah.
And so he bows out.
Yeah. Which, what the heck did he offer him?
I know.
I understand why Viridius would offer these extra people, like, an incentive. But, like, why not just be like, oh, all of you guys get to pick your first or second choice career?
I don't know if he has that power.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know if he has the autonomy to make that decision.
But think of how, like, absolutely bonkers it is that he's like, oh, yeah, Calidus, you could be Dometer. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, even if Vis had won and Calidus was alive, Vis wouldn't have actually won.
Well, and it's obviously something that's very tailored to, like, them as a person.
Yes.
And I think that it lets on how much Viridius knows about each of the characters. Like, how much he actually is able to manipulate them by making it specific to something that they would want above all else.
Yep. It's giving, is Viridius actually a manipulative little or not?
I know. And I mean, we talked about it last time. I can't decide if he's a villain or not.
Me neither.
And that's probably one of the things that I'm most looking forward to in The Strength of the Few is Viridius, like the mystery surrounding him and caeror, and I really hope we find out.
Yeah. Viridius just, I cannot see him letting this out of his grasp, knowing that he successfully did the labyrinth. Like, who else has done that? Viridius, maybe himself? I don't know. Caeror, but Caeror is dead and rest, probably.
That's really interesting. If caeror is dead in rest, and we don't know this yet, but how does caeror know who Vis is? And does caeror still have his prior memories?
Yeah.
Because remember our last episode, we were like, I can't believe that he wouldn't, like, try to get back to Lannistia. Maybe because he doesn't know who Lannistia is anymore.
In Res?
No, in Opitium.
Oh.
Wherever caeror is now.
Well, yeah, but, like, maybe he's stuck. But that wouldn't make sense because Caeror literally was there in the little sword room thing.
Why would that not make sense?
Because if being in the little sword room after the labyrinth, if that's like a portal there and back.
So you think that caeror is going there and back?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe?
Like, you think it's two ways?
Because other than the world.
If the point is synchronism, why you think Vis is going to end up, like, talking to Vis in both, like, in his other bodies?
Whoa. I don't know. I don't think that could happen. Whoa. Oh.
Now my mind is broken.
Well,
because that's what I'm trying to say. Caeror is dead in Res.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Presumably dead. I always assumed that he was alive somewhere, but I think Colby made a good argument for why he wouldn't be, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Caeror is dead in Res. He's alive in at least, which one is it? Is it Obitium?
Either.
We
don't know.
He's alive in either or both. Does Caeror, in whichever other world he's in, does Caeror even know that Res Caeror is dead? And is he able to, like, transport back and forth? Because, like, to me, the point of synchronism is that you're copying yourself into each of the worlds.
Yeah.
Why would you need to, like, know about... The only reason... Like, do you have your prior... Well... if we think about it, Vis doesn't know that he's copied.
Yeah. Correct. Maybe, though, the people in Obitium and Lucium do know. It is potentially, that is totally possible.
Well, okay, but I'm saying, I think the only reason why Vis would even find that out is from Viridius or from Caeror. Because when, at the end of the book, when you have like the 3 different worlds, he doesn't, like, whatever he's experiencing, he thinks is the only experience.
Yes. In rest, though, Caeror knows. That's why he does the wait run. He's like, hey, wait, you and Rest needs this. Hold on. We need to tell you and Rest to wait. We need to tell you and Rest to run.
Bruh.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I know. That's why I really do think that the people in Rest, pre-cataclysm, created this transport to these other worlds because they had to escape something in Rest. So obviously they know they're going to be copied.
Or maybe they had some kind of like pyramid structure as well, where only people like worthy basic proficiency could access this other world.
Yeah. Also, one thing I did forget is that the people that he sees at the labyrinth, so he meets the Artemis guy when he first goes, but also later, they're like eras. The first guy is from the 7th era. Oh. The girl from later is the 11th era.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that they all say the same thing except for that?
Yeah.
I didn't clock that.
Yeah, well that throws off my theory about maybe there was something pre-cataclysm that they were trying to escape. Maybe in the end, like the very end of pre-cataclysm, they're like, okay, shit, yeah, we need to go into these other worlds we have.
Because I was wondering if they built those worlds somehow.
Yeah.
There are so many questions that I just... I have never felt this clueless after reading a book.
I know, right?
I've never felt this lost.
Yeah. But it's like a good lost.
No, this is truly the best cliffhanger I've ever read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time cliffhangers just suck in the sense that like you're anticipating the book and you want it out now, which I did feel that way, but a lot of the times cliffhangers can make you angry.
Yeah.
I'm not angry.
No.
I'm excited.
Same.
And that's probably my favorite thing about the ending of this book. And also it's an epilogue. So the end of the book in general was just as satisfying of an end, like still a cliffhanger, still like need to know what's going to happen. But add on the 3 different scenes afterward.
Yep.
And it is even better.
Even better. Yep. I would say like the actual book itself, minus the epilogues, it wrapped up great. I'm like, okay, this is a great pause point. But then add on the 2 epilogues, you're like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
This is even better, but now I need it stat.
Yeah.
So.
And that's where I'm like, oh, I'm glad I waited to read it.
Yeah. Me too. And I'm glad we're also talking about it because this is so fun. I'm having a blast right now. Let's hurry up, though, and run through the audicium because then we can talk more about the actual synchronism itself.
Okay.
So we already talked about the extras in the audicium are getting incentives, and they explain, okay, you are basically going to go try to find the heart of Joven. Here's your tracker. Here's your little compass thing. Be on your way.
I thought it was interesting that you're at a severe disadvantage based on your class rank.
Yes.
Because Vis didn't have a tracker.
Yeah.
The only way that he could track where everybody was if he stole one from the safety team, which I thought was smart.
Very smart. Very smart.
Yeah. In the very beginning of the audicium, we have the situation, and we've talked about this like a little bit now, but we have a situation where aequa seemingly betrays Vis like right off the bat, and I was like, damn, that bitch.
Yeah.
I was not expecting her to come back. I really did not have any faith in her.
Me neither. Who was it that aequa ran off with again?
Iroh.
Okay, well, I guess we...
And Belly. Belly was on that team too.
What?
Wasn't she?
Oh, she was. It was Iroh's team.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because when the hell does Belly...
Okay, well, hold on. Belly is a whole, like, separate agent. Getting on Iroh's team must have been some kind of weird advantage. In my understanding is Iroh was in Dimidius? What was his name? Doridius? That teacher, the preceptor that hated Vis.
Mm-hmm.
Doridius.
Oh, no.
Dultatus.
Dultatus.
Dultatus. Not me mixing up Viridius in that one. Dultatus and Iroh were in the same racism little buddy group, right?
Yeah.
Against Vis. So
well,
Iroh...
was he? Iroh hated Vis because his sister died at the Naumachia.
Oh!
That's not why Iroh hated him.
Okay, that's right. Two
of the preceptors were against him.
Dultitis.
Dultitis and Dultitis.
Dultitis and Dultitis 2.0. Okay, but we know what you're talking about. Name is irrelevant, honestly, at this point. Okay, that makes more sense, because I was wondering, I was like, wait, Iroh wasn't a Viridius agent, go run the labyrinth kind of person. Belly was. So it's really interesting that Belly is on Iroh's team.
Was it all of the threes, do you think?
Do
you think all of the threes are agents, let's say, of Viridius?
And Viridius thought emissa would win, and that's why she maybe had the dagger and was like, hey, by the way, you need to kill this. I don't know. Emissa's motivations are so unclear. Mm-hmm. You really didn't see it coming.
Well, also, she's expelled, technically, because she used will.
Yeah. Do they know that?
No, I mean, we don't know what they know.
Yeah.
But Vis knows. But yeah, Belly, and maybe this is just because I would need to go reread this scene, but between... when does Belly disappear? Because aequa's with Belly and Iroh. It must be when aequa sneaks off to come back and rescue Vis and Calidus. That must be when Belly disappears. Because Belly ends up at the dome, obviously. Unless that's one of Belly's copies.
Oh, frick.
If Belly does have a copy.
I doubt it. I feel like she's too young, and... she's not flawless at running the labyrinth either. You'd think that she would be if she had made it once through the labyrinth, and this was her copy. You know what I mean?
No. Well, Belly apparently was the best at the labyrinth. She was the best in the whole school.
Oh.
That's what it said.
Well, but maybe that might just be why Viridius chose her to do it.
Probably. I hope we get answers with her.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Also, it is interesting. It almost looks like a betrayal death, too. If you look at how the traitors of isolation were killed, it was by the remnants, and they kind of, like, disappeared. The remnants killed them, all chopped up into bits, and that was that. Belly is, like, staked on the wall. And, as we went back through, she is, like, a transparent kind of flickering type of magic. Oh, my gosh, wait. You might have been onto something, that she may have already been synchronized. Remember when we're in the castle ruins where the heart is, and Vis runs into that man that's like, oh, we're kin. He does that little, like, transparent flickering, can move from this location to the next, can disappear.
Like teleporting.
Yeah, where he has, like, that flickering transparency. Well, so did Belly.
When?
Up on the wall. Vis is like, half her torso was missing, and it looked like she flickered transparent.
Oh, I didn't catch that part. I thought I just thought her torso got destroyed by the remnants.
No, I will go reread it for you.
Oh wait, that's also another thing that we haven't been considering at all. One of the point of going through the labyrinth has to be to get those powers.
Yeah.
So that's a potential theory, is that only the leaders pre-cataclysm were allowed to get those powers. That's probably what the restriction was.
Yeah, but
I don't know how.
But I don't know if
that
would be how it's originated. But I do think
it's interesting. I was not expecting there to be like another fantasy, like magic element. I thought Will was it, and then all of a sudden, Vis has these powers.
Well, I think it is still Will, but like different font.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's just like the unlocked powers of it that were lost pre-cataclysm.
But the thing about will is that will has to be seated to be used.
Or does it?
I mean, you make a good point.
All right, let me read this portion about Belly real quick. She's pinned to the wall about 5 feet off the ground. Blood splatters the stone below her, pulling in a thick dark crimson from where it's flowed down her body and dribbled off her feet. Her face is untouched, though, that long curly red hair framing a pale expression of pain and horror and disbelief. Half her torso is missing. Nothing but her eyes, FYI.
I know, I'm so curious about that part.
Shock, confusion, revulsion, sadness. I stumble to a stop, half step toward her as if to see whether there's anything I could do before realizing just how foolish that is. How is she here? I flinch as she seems to flicker, translucent for a heartbeat. Blood still drips. This is recent, maybe not from not long before I arrived. So she has that flickering thing. So does that mean she has pre-cataclysm will powers like these other people that are in the anguis? And like Vis probably will now have.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Belly is like some kind of secret agent that I feel like is not the first. I think Viridius has been up to this all along since he found the labyrinth with Caeror and Lanastia. But Belly's dead. Has everybody else died before? I think so, because Viridius is like, please pick this position so we can keep you in our
Caeror seems like
back
maybe
pocket.
he's the only one who's made it out successfully.
Yeah. But he's dead in rest, I think.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
but he
he would
made
be
it
in
through.
cahoots with Viridius still.
True. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he like brought in some form of like will imbued stylus, like he used with Ulquiskor when he was at the academy, and he uses that with Viridius on a different.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Maybe they can text. Yeah, there's just so many. There's so many unknowns.
One question. Do you remember when Caeror wrote on his arm, wait, run? Was it while Vis was still within the contains
Yes.
of... Okay.
Yeah, because he's in the like bronze blade dome shaped thing.
Yeah.
He sees all of the ghosts. I'm gonna call them ghosts, zombies. He sees all the zombies standing around, and he like notices that his arm's bleeding, and it says wait.
Okay, so it is while he's still standing in there.
Yeah,
But the one that's with Caeror, the version of Vis that's in Caeror, with Caeror, is he still within the confines of the thing?
Caeror is on the outside of them, and Caeror is like, you need to come out right now. We've got to go.
My only question is because I'm just wondering with the synchronism, if let's say Vis was not standing within the thing in Obitium/Okium, whichever one it is. So whatever happens to Vis in those worlds will happen to Vis in Res.
You think so?
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know.
You think if Vis lost his other arm, he'd lose it in the other worlds?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so, because then he would have lost his arm in Caeror's world.
So maybe it would only happen to Vis while he's in the bronze contraptment thing.
Oh, I see your point now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he never gets the N in run.
Yeah.
Because it literally stops at RU because he starts running after R, or he starts running after U.
Okay.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. So maybe Belly was trying to run back into that thing so she could communicate with her other selves or something. Oh my word. There's just so much to unpack.
I don't even know how he's going to do it.
Me neither.
I have no idea how he's going to do it. Nolan says that he thinks this book, or the series, is 4 books. I don't understand how this series isn't 20 books.
Yeah.
I mean, because presumably the second book is from all 3 perspectives.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I wonder if it's finally released how many pages it is.
FYI, we are recording this on November 10th. literally the day before the episode is releasing for you guys, but also the book release. So,
yeah. Strength of the Few comes out tomorrow.
Yep.
We're hopping over to Barnes and Noble.
you should just sleep over. We'll go first thing in the morning.
Confirmed. The book is 736 pages.
Thank goodness.
So that
More
means
for me.
that means about 200 and something, a little bit over 200 pages per perspective.
Per perspective. I see what you're saying. Woo. That doesn't seem like a lot.
Mm-mm.
I think really we can just walk through the aeudicium at this point.
So
Belly's, or not Belly.
yeah, Belly.
No, sorry. Aequa, not a traitor. Calidus and Vis get separated after.
Yeah, he
Vis
basically
grabs-
tricks them into leaving him alone.
Does Vis take the tracker or does Calidus take it?
Vis has it.
Okay,
Vis has it. So they have to wait for him to come back.
Yeah.
And he like thinks it's broken because all the little beads fall off after he crosses the barrier.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So he finds Belly's body. He runs the labyrinth literally by counting because what kind of superpower is that?
Literally.
Okay.
though.
One thing that I did want to bring up, the text. There's text around the bronze blades and he circles it.
Yes.
Is it a prophecy? Can we read it?
Let's read it. Is it a prophecy?
If you read it, let's read it together.
I hadn't thought about that. I thought it was like, oh crap, Vis, you do not qualify. But you're right. What if it's a prophecy? All right, here we go. Herein lies the way to Lucium and Obitium, offered to all those who would contest our extinction. I mutter to myself, translating. Know that none who accept this task may remain. The burden of my brow furrows, and I pause at a word. Togetherness, harmony, I choose the latter. Is reserved for the one who seals the authors of the war from this world. Only he may exceed the hobbled capabilities of this duplication. He and he alone may risk harmony to make the great sacrifice. Vec. Herein lies the way to Lucium and Obitium, offered to all those who would contest our extinction. That kind of actually explains my theory that Res was going to blow up some kind of comet coming to Earth, end of the world. So here are two options that you can travel to.
Okay. Here are your options. Okay. Let's say this is the hypothetical. Res is dying.
Yep.
Or the people who live on Res are dying. They're going extinct.
Or we drained our will sources.
Yeah. Who knows why?
Yeah.
If you are willing to face it, you can choose to go to Lucium or Obitium.
Yep.
If you choose to do that, you will die in Res.
Yep. Know that none who accept this task may remain.
Yeah. The burden of togetherness, which I assume it's probably synchronism.
Yeah.
The burden of synchronism is reserved for one who seals the authors. The burden of synchronism, okay. The burden of harmony is reserved for the one who seals the authors of war from this world.
The authors of the war from this world. That is maybe giving the leaders. Remember how the zombie people were like, that was reserved for leadership to go through. So maybe that's what that's referring to.
But only he may exceed. That's why I wondered if it was prophecy.
Yeah.
Or if it's just referring to like he as in somebody who decides to do this.
Yeah.
Exceed the hobbled capabilities of his duplication. I think it's prophecy. I think it's a prophecy because, or it probably means like only he may overcome the capabilities of his duplication. Because somehow, obviously, because he's duplicated in all three locations. That must be, oh my gosh, wait. Does hobbled mean crippled? Mm-hmm. You think?
It does. I just looked it up. Hobbled means walk in an awkward way, typically because of pain from an injury.
Okay. I think it's a prophecy.
You're right. Probably. I was really thrown off by like the he, singular. I was like, okay, there's some person that finally invented this traveling to other worlds, and only he can really get away unharmed.
I think that it just means that there's going to be only one person who is able to duplicate themselves in both places.
But then how did all these other people get their powers? He may be just a vague he. Like, for example, the person that Vis talks to in the castle where the heart is, where he's like, we're kin. He also is hobbled.
That's fair. Maybe it just means no matter what, you lose something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, for example, Belly lost a finger.
Yeah, if
That's what it was from. Well, okay. Anyways, we can move on from that part.
Yeah.
He goes into the swords. He is in extreme pain. He wakes up in rest, and that's when he gets the weight run. Mm-hmm. He runs away, goes back through the labyrinth super easily, gets chased by these zombies, and Diago saves him.
He gets bit by the zombie.
That's when he gets bit by a zombie, and he starts to get his infection.
Yep.
And we know that is on rest.
Yep.
That scenario. Mm-hmm. And then later there's 2 more. But
yep.
After that,
finds
Aequa,
Aequa.
Calidus, and Vis meet back up, and that's when they find that mass grave.
Yeah.
Of the security teams. And they're like, oh shit, I think the Anguis killed all the security teams, replaced them, and they're up to something.
Yeah. Yep. It's later that Vis and Aequa suspect that military and the Anguis are in
Well, Vis
working
knows.
together. Vis knows.
Vis knows, and he suggests it as if it's a theory, but in
he
reality...
kind of leads Aequa on to maybe think that too. But Equa's also so smart that she kind of comes to the conclusion.
She does, yeah.
But this is what Vis heard in Seuss that she listened in on of military and Anguis working together.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so they basically are warning the others to get out. And they face the challenge of them not believing them because it could just be a tool to eliminate other people from aeudicium.
But they prove it because they bring a hand, a corpse hand.
Yeah. Which I'm like, you could have gotten that hand from anybody.
Yeah.
Then he meets that anguis person in the woods.
Well,
In the woods. But he goes next to the tower.
Yes.
He goes to find Emissa.
Everyone leaves but Emissa, pretty much.
Why did Calidus stay? That's what I can't figure out, is why did Calidus not leave? Did he try to leave and he just got stopped on the way out?
He went close to the school and he was going to wait for Vis there with the tracker so that he didn't get injured by the Anguis people. But then Calidus ended up getting injured by the Anguis people.
Oh, also Calidus couldn't leave without giving Vis his medallion back.
Yep. So Equa's gone. Calidus is gone. He goes into the tower, and the Anguis man, he finds Emissa's 2 people dead, pinned to the wall, spread eagle, creepy as heck.
Super creepy.
Yeah. And the man is like, I mean, I could read this part too because I do feel like it's pretty critical, and I did highlight it. He makes an odd sign, tapping his heart 3 times with 3 fingers. We are doing this at military's behest, though they think we don't know. They expect that like the Naumachia, we will be eager to claim responsibility. They expect that this will solidify us as a threat to all the Republic, allowing them to push through new laws and shore up their crumbling power in the Senate. They expect the Senate to demand that they take over the Academy to ensure such a massacre of promising young leaders never happens again, because they do not know why this island is special, but they do know that it is. Then he says, of course, this will end with only one of our number being captured, and his interrogation will reveal that it was an attack sponsored from within the hierarchy, a play to strip religion of their control of the Academy, though not who exactly was behind it. He smiles, dark and shadowed. And even should others gain access to Slovagius because of this little incident, they will never find the gate because Viridius will bury it before he ever allows someone else near it. And then he says, now that I know we are kin, young man, I'm so very eager to see what you can do. The Anguis are responsible, and at least in part, they're doing all of this to make me Domitor. Those are broken up quotes, but all in the same scene. So basically, the Anguis are going to throw military under the bus, being like, hey, thanks for this opportunity, but actually screw you because you're going to take the fall for it. and as part of our agenda, Vis, you're going to be Dometer. But I can't figure out why they want him as Dometer.
I think it's just one of those things where they want him to be placed somewhere in the government that they can benefit from, because they're holding the fact that he's the Prince of Seuss over his head. They think that they can manipulate him into doing it. So I think that we don't know why.
Because obviously they want to take down Catenan, society, the Republic. But, like, I don't get why or how they're going to use Vis as Dometer to do that. I don't know. I think we'll just continue to see the
I think
Anguis'
that plan was foiled because Vis had to choose before he could be contacted by Olkiskor or Relokia.
Well, then that man is like, hey, Relokia is, like, totally irrelevant, by the way. She's just, like, another pawn in the plans.
Which, I mean, so I'm so curious about how she ended up with the Anguis, personally.
Me too. I still don't get it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, then I think from there we find out that Emissa is guiltily going to kill Vis.
She thinks she does.
Yeah,
for sure.
And she's like, I need that heart. I have to win.
Which probably, I'm assuming she has to win so that she could get some position in religion that will support Viridius's endeavors or, like, scheme.
Yep. She uses the obsidian dagger. Kind of makes it seem like Vis is going to be another trophy in the first set of ruins or something.
Yeah, I mean, and the only reason that Vis survives is because whatever powers he just got from doing the labyrinth
makes him immune. Mm-hmm. Was Belly pinned with an obsidian dagger?
I don't think that it says.
It makes me wonder now if that's not actually true. It makes me wonder if the obsidian dagger doesn't work on him because he's never used will or done the Aurora Columnae, because all those people in that room had the obsidian dagger like stabbed into them, That kind of makes me seems like that's the only way to kill these special people with the powers.
That's a good point.
So I wonder if Belly had one of those. Yeah, but it didn't say. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that it did either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Emissa's obviously involved somehow, and she thinks that she has to kill him because of the rot, his injury.
Yes.
Which I think is dumb. It makes me wonder what the rot would have done to him. Would it have turned him into one of the zombies? Like,
I guess because he survived the labyrinth, it didn't.
Mm-hmm. Then we...
Yeah, it doesn't say, by the way, what kind of blade it was that stabbed her.
Then we get to the part where he finds Calidus. And
our poor baby is bleeding out.
Here's the thing. I really thought Calidus was going to survive.
Me too.
When he finds him, he doesn't make the injury seem that serious.
Yeah. No, that's why, like, when the next chapter started and it was like, I don't know what time Calidus died in my arms, I'm like, shut up.
I know.
Instant tears.
Yeah. I was like, what? Excuse me? And the fact that Vis didn't realize that he was dead either. He literally carried him for however long and he was just dead in his arms. What do you mean?
Yeah. Vis was like, I was just talking to him about, like, the day and I never knew when he stopped listening. Oh my gosh. No, that was, like, so nonchalant. And
it makes me so sad because, like, that was Calidus's biggest fear.
Was dying
at the... Oh
my gosh.
That's so wrong.
No, actually, like...
That's so wrong and messed up and horrible and mean.
Literally, actually devastating death in every way. Like, that's so
probably
unfair.
My second favorite character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And another reason why I'm so heartbroken about it going forward is, like, that was, like, Vis's only friend. Except Aiden, of course, but Calidus and him had a different kind of connection.
They did.
And it doesn't hit the same.
They were like brothers.
They really were. Like, you could just see them going so far together. Like, Calidus would have been on board for anything that Vis would tell him. It's actually devastating, guys.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
And it makes me wonder how Calidus's, like, family is going to react.
Yeah.
Because especially since Vis has decided to take a position in the censor's office.
Which is that governance?
I think I think it's its own entity.
I'm just curious because clearly Calidus's dad knows about this census data. And now I wonder if he's going to do something about it with the school. And I wonder what department he's a part of.
Yes, I think it's in government.
Okay.
Or governance.
Where is emissa at this point in time? Vis collapses when he gets back to the school. They're like, oh, you win.
He says, I'm going to burn you.
Yeah. And then he wakes up in the hospital, arm gone. Viridius is there. So are the people that are going to be like, oh, you get to choose.
He almost dies.
Yeah.
He sees his father
Yeah.
in purgatory or whatever the heck.
Yeah.
His dad leaves him his little horse.
Yeah.
And says courage. And I feel like when Vis wakes up, that's when he's like, I have to do something about this.
Exactly.
But to me, it seems like he's going to pave his own way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't want to be associated with Viridius. He doesn't want to be associated with the Anguis.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be associated with, like, whatever Olkiskor's plan is anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's really motivated to find answers for himself.
Yep.
And he wants to do his own thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be manipulated by people anymore, which I get it.
Yep. Kind of makes me think, where is his relationship with Olkiskor kind of going to conclude?
Yeah, I don't really know.
know?
I think that was the tool that James used to get him into the academy, but I personally don't really feel like Olkiskor will play as big of a role in the next book.
Yeah. Which is weird to me. Because it feels weird. Like, I understand it, but it's sad. I kind of like Olkiskor as a character.
I do too, but I just think that Vis, like, fulfilled his end of the deal.
Yeah.
Like, Vis can tell him everything now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I am a little bit confused about how he plans to use a position in the censor's office to achieve his goals, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like. I don't have any theories for that because I didn't really understand why he chose it anyways, except I don't know why.
Partially because he was like, I need to talk to Calidus's father.
Yeah, but he could have done that.
Yeah.
You know?
I know that was a sliver for the reason, but I know it's not the whole reason.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. We surely will.
Just so he has access to data.
Which would make sense. And he probably could have an easier time, like, hiding his identity if he needed to.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he has no way to avoid seating Will now.
Yeah.
Which is a huge, like, betrayal to his core values. And
he's gotten so far with it. Like, now you just kind of give up. Well, that kind of wraps it up, guys.
Yeah. I think we talked about a lot. And we surely have a lot of theories going into the strength of the few.
We do. Yep.
And starting tomorrow, we can finally get some answers.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Chapter 1 apparently is out on his website. Do I read it tonight? Maybe.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't read it before this episode, though.
Me too.
Because I was tempted, but I think that would have been the wrong move.
Yeah. Honestly, what time is it? Okay, it's 8:30 p.m. It probably... Sometimes the books release a little bit early on Kindle because of the time zones. Random, but maybe it could be out within an hour or two.
Maybe it would be. I'm excited to go get my copy tomorrow.
Me too.
It could be utter garbage, and I'm still buying that book.
Yep.
So
same. Well, we hope you guys have loved this book as much as we have. We are doing an episode on the strength of the few whenever it's coming out in December, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Happy reading.
Also, let us know your thoughts on these theories.
Yes.
Let us know, because I haven't had the chance to do much, like, Reddit deep diving and, like, researching myself, just because I've been busy actually reading. And I would love to know what you guys think.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for sticking with us for this one. We hope you enjoy it. We hope that you are inspired to immediately pick up the next book, because I'm pumped.
Yep.
All right.
That concludes it.
Yep. I am Madeline Bookout.
And I'm Hannah Bookout. And you should tune 2 Tuesdays from now for another episode. But follow us on Instagram and TikTok in the meantime at Check This Book Out Pod.
I don't have any releases on the calendar for the next 2 weeks. So
you can devote all your time to the strength of the few.
Yep.
And we will be too. So see you guys next time. Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.